Hello friends, I am Dr. Deepa Nair, advocate and legal consultant from DRS and Associates, Hyderabad. I have been getting requests to talk about economic and financial abuse faced by women in marriages and intimate partner relationships, and today's talk is based on real life experiences that have been shared with me by the victims. Friends, when most people think of domestic abuse, the first thing that comes to mind is a woman being physically beaten up or being emotionally abused in the form of intimidation, threats, and gaslighting. However, there is another crucial aspect to abuse that many of us don't always see, and that is the financial or economic abuse. Various research studies show that women are more likely than men to be victims of this form of abuse. Financial abuse involves controlling a victim's ability to acquire, use, and maintain financial resources. Financially abusive behavior can take many different forms, such as controlling a family member's money, stopping them from being financially independent, or earning their own money. Financial abuse, along with emotional and physical abuse, manipulation, intimidation, and threats, are all aimed at getting and maintaining control over another person. The purpose is to trap them in the relationship. Financial abuse is a tactic used to control relationships by preventing access to money or other financial resources. Those who are victimized financially may be prevented from working, or if they are working, then they may also have their own money restricted or being taken away by the abuser. And rarely do they have complete access to money and other resources. When they do have money, they often have to account for every penny they have spent. In one of the cases, the victim's husband wanted to control the money she earned and started monitoring and dictating how she spent it. And he questioned every item of expenditure, every gift she wanted to give to her near and dear ones. I have been told by women that customary marriage gifts had been exploited by their husbands and in-laws. This included a dowry or gold given to them by their parents at the time of their wedding, and the in-laws considered them for their exclusive use, saying it is now their property. In one of the cases, the victim's jewelry was kept in a bank's locker under her father-in-law's name, and the in-laws still remained dissatisfied with the dowry they had received and continued to harass the woman. Financial abuse can often leave the victim with no money for basic essentials such as food and clothing. It can leave them without access to their own bank accounts, with no access to any independent income, and with debts that have been taken up by abusive partners against their names. Financial abuse does not necessarily end when a relationship ends. Even after separation, abusers can use institutional processes to continue their controlling behaviors. Men can use family law and child support processes as a way of directly or indirectly controlling the victim and undermining her financial security and self-reliance. Some of the common ways that financial abuse happens includes demanding that you quit your job or preventing you from working, stalking or harassing you at work, refusing to give you access to bank accounts and hiding or keeping assets from you, giving you a set amount of money to spend and no more, constantly questioning purchases that you make and demanding to see the receipts, making financial decisions without consulting you, selling property that is in your name including jewelry, not paying child support or maintenance so you can't afford rent, food and other needed items, forcing you to take loans and other credit. Friends, financial abuse can have huge effects on a person's life that are not just limited to their financial well-being but also their physical and mental health. It leads to material deprivation and social exclusion while living with an abuser. It is difficult for a woman to leave a physically violent partner when she is financially dependent on him. In fact, lack of access to economic resources is a reason why many women feel that they have no choice but to stay with the abuser. When an abuser limits access to economic resources, the victim will struggle to secure proper housing and meet day to day expenditure when she decides to leave. Interfering with education or employment can make it extremely difficult for women to find a job. Those women who have experienced economic abuse are less likely to do well in financial settlements on separation. Women may be jointly responsible for debts accrued by their abusive partner. In short, economic abuse can contribute to a lifetime of economic struggle for women. But friends, you can take steps to protect yourself and your money, whether you stay in the relationship or decide to leave the abuser. Firstly, keep your personal information safe. Call your credit card company and bank and ask them to change your PIN or access codes. Change your passwords on your personal computer or phone, including passwords you use to log into your bank or credit card accounts. Do not give the passwords to anyone else. Don't co-sign a loan or any other financial contract with the abuser. If the abusive partner doesn't make payments on time or doesn't pay at all, you may be held responsible for the debt. Begin to save any money you can and put it in a place where the abuser cannot get to it. You may hide cash or items you can later sell, or you might open a bank account the abuser doesn't know about. In case you open a new account, be aware that the mail associated with the account should come to your address. Plan for a future job. You may worry that you don't have enough education or job experience to get a good job, but check out various resources and contacts and learn new skills, and do try to get a job at the earliest. When you're getting ready to leave an abusive relationship, money issues may seem overwhelming. But friends, you can take steps to care for yourself and your children. Gather important documents for you and your children, such as birth certificates and social security cards. You might also try to get copies of health insurance cards and bank passbooks and statements. These will increase your independence and they will help with your case if you have a divorce or child custody hearings going on. In case the abuser has opened credit cards in your name or other types of illegal financial activity, you should get a copy of your credit report and inform the credit card companies or agencies. You may not have time to gather much information before you go. That's okay. Collect whatever you can. The highest priority is getting out of the abusive relationship as safely as possible. Friends, all kinds of abuse can leave emotional, psychological, and physical scars on a woman. Financial abuse has the added consequence of leaving someone broke or in debt, and in extreme cases, even homeless. And often victims of financial abuse take a long time to seek help as they can't see a way out of it. The most important thing is to understand it is really quite common and there is support available. There is no shame or embarrassment in seeking assistance. Talk to a friend or a counselor, or you can even file a case under the Domestic Violence Act 2005. Economic violence has been very clearly defined by the Act as not providing money, food, clothes, medicines, causing hindrance to employment opportunities, forcing a woman to vacate her house, or not paying rent. As per the law, a husband who sells off his wife's jewelry and assets can be held guilty of economic abuse. Sections 18 to 23 of the Act provides a large number of avenues for an abused woman to get relief through the courts, like orders on protection, residence and monetary relief, custody of her children and compensation, etc. So friends, exercise your rights. Now we have come to the end of the session. If you like it, please do share your thoughts and press the like button and share it with your friends and family. Thank you and have a nice day.